Are Filipino staff any good at speaking English? We're going to find out in this video. Stay tuned. So what is the level of English spoken by Filipinos? Well, honestly, unless your job actually involves them speaking on the phone, the spoken English isn't actually anywhere near as important as the writing and reading of English. Reading because they have to understand what you're asking them, and writing because you have to understand what they are asking back or saying back to you. Now, if you're hiring a VA for a job that includes, writing to customers and so on, then one of the things you'll have to keep in mind is that for the majority, not everyone, but for the majority of Filipinos, they write in an Americanized English, which is great if you're an American company. Not so great if you're a British Australian, but don't worry, there's ways around dealing with that, so that way you can keep the continuity level of what they're saying at a reasonable standard, so that the majority of people, when they're dealing with your member of staff, haven't a clue that it's a Filipino worker that they're talking with, especially with the names. The majority of the names of people that work for you in the Philippines are English-sounding names or Spanish-sounding. But anyway, one of the things you want to invest in is a copy of Microsoft Office 365. Now, the good thing about that is that you can buy the home edition of it because, well, your Filipino staff are working from home. So my brief understanding of licensing is that it's perfectly fine for you to get a copy for them to use. Now, one of the good things about Microsoft Office 365 is that the yearly license of it comes with, I believe, the ability to install it in 6 different computers. So yeah, the initial cost of it was I think it's like £70. So that would be maybe about $90 a year, really nothing. But if you've got that across several members of staff, then it really is nothing. So you can just basically share a copy with them, just put in their email address, send it off to them, and that's them got an instant copy of Office. Now, with them having Office installed, you know that if they write in that, when it comes to Words, Outlook, and so on, that it's going to be able to check the spelling as they go along. What you want to do is get something along the lines of ProWritingAid. Now, ProWritingAid is very much like Grammarly, only it's much more cost effective. And it's something that I looked into this year and decided to get for the staff, because before that I was using Grammarly and it was starting to get quite expensive because the license for Grammarly is, it's not cheap anymore, even with all the discount codes and stuff you see about. Whereas the good thing about ProWritingAid is it seems to be more marketed towards people who are, I wouldn't say on a budget, but just want to have a tighter control on that kind of spend. And the good thing about it is because it's very, very cheap, you can buy a year license and then get them to set it for the English that you want. So for example, I'll show some things on screen at happening. You can select British, Australian, American English. What that will do is it will check, when it's checking the spelling and grammar, it will check it in a version that is more suited towards British English or American English. Now, like I say, Americans and British people can communicate and talk to the majority of people watching this channel are probably going to be Americans. And if they can understand me with my Scottish accent, then they can understand anything getting written by a Filipino. Now, as I say, it just allows certain words or certain things that we don't use in the UK, for example, to be picked up. So, for example, a word off the top of my head right now that I'm thinking of is faucet. We do not use the word faucet. We use tap. That will pick it up, show the change and say, hey, that's an American word. Another thing that happens with American words is that lots of words have a Z in them, whereas British English have an S in them. So again, it would pick up those small little anomalies and change it. But it is not the end of the world if someone writes to someone a version of English that isn't American, UK, British or Australian. You'll still be able to understand everybody perfectly fine. It's just one of those things that if you do have a customer service job or a writing job, buy it. Yeah, so ProWritingAid, you'll find a link for it in the description. It is an affiliate link, so I get a small commission for everybody who signs up for it. You'll be helping out the channel do that. But yeah, I mean, obviously, have a look around, read about the different tests and stuff like that with Grammarly and ProWritingAid. But as I say, I've had both. ProWritingAid I've had for several months, Grammarly I've had for several years, and I decided to switch to ProWritingAid because there's much more stuff that it can do. It's much more cost effective, and it's something that I decided to roll out to all the Filipino VAs that I have that deal with any kind of customer service, emailing or whatever, and it's really made a marked improvement. It's just little things like the small grammar or small spelling of words can tell the difference between whether this person is a person who speaks English as a British person or speaks it as an American or as a foreigner. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. Anyway, if you like videos like this and if you like the tips and information I'm sharing with regards to outsourcing to the Philippines and beyond, please subscribe to the channel, to hit the like button to let YouTube know that this is the type of videos that you're interested in, and by all means please share it with your friends and let them know about this channel dedicated towards outsourcing in the Philippines. Right, thanks, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.